Hi all. Just let's make sure that throughout the video, throughout the conversation, എല്ലാവരുടെയും videos on ആണെന്ന്. Um, that would be the most important thing of this recording because നമുക്ക് മറ്റുള്ളവർക്ക് അയക്കാനുള്ളതാ. So make sure that the videos are on throughout. Also, Sauparna and others, just note that we are doing it for ourselves. So doesn't have to mean you're responding to the audience per se. So make it casual and conversational also. Yeah.
ആഷ്ന ഇല്ലേ? ആഷ്ന ജോയിൻ ചെയ്തിട്ടില്ലേ? ഹലോ, ഞാൻ പറയണ കേട്ടോ?
Ashna Roshni joined.
ഞാനുണ്ട്. റോഷ്നിയുണ്ട്. ആഷ്ന. ഓക്കെ.
ആവശ്യത്തിന് മീറ്റിംഗ് ജോയിൻ ചെയ്യാൻ നെറ്റ് കുറച്ച് ഇഷ്യൂ ആയതുകൊണ്ടാണ് ഇപ്പൊ ജോയിൻ ചെയ്യും.
Okay, I think all of us are here, so maybe we can start. Um, right, or should we wait for Ashna to join?
Aparna, let's start.
All right, so thank you, all of you, for joining this conversation. It means a lot that you took the time to actually listen to this conversation on how our last year was and the work that we have done in the past year. So we have set aside this time to actually pause and look back at the past year that has been, and also to celebrate what has been our collective achievements, and also to sort of reflect on the journey that it has been. So that's the agenda for this particular session. And this isn't just going to be about looking at numbers or metrics, but it's also to acknowledge the hard work and passion and dedication with which we have sort of all of us approached that the work that has come our way. So that's also the agenda why we're doing this. So again, thank you all for joining. Thank you all for joining us. It's only in the close circles that we've circulated this particular link. That's also because um, uh, we wanted to make it like a close interactive session where we share the work that we have engaged in the past year, and also look at some of the major accomplishments and milestones that we've covered. So if you have joined the call, it also means that you have contributed in some way in helping us achieve what we intended to do in the last year. So thank you for that. And I believe that we can sort of review the accomplishments and milestones, as I said, in this session, and also hear from each of our team members about the stories and insights that they might have, from the projects that they were closely involved with. And then we can probably do like an overview of the priorities and goals that we have for this year as well. So that is the agenda for today, and I hope we have a good time. So you can just sit back and relax and listen to us, and maybe comment if you have any thoughts about the work of Sustera in 2024 and 2025. So to start with, I'd like to welcome our director Deepa to just give us a year in a glimpse um, and take us through the timeline of activities that we've done. It was quite an extensive uh, timeline because it was pretty hectic, and last year we sort of grew as an organization, and there's a lot that we have to share. And coincidentally, it's also the Earth Day today, so it's good that it sort of happened that way, that we got to get to share the impactful work that we've taken up on this day. So I welcome Deepa now to share the year in a glimpse and take us through the activities that we have engaged with in the last year. Hi, Deepa.
Yes, thank you, Saparna. Hello, all. Very happy Earth Day to all of you and the others who are going to see this through YouTube or any other shares. So, yes, as Saparna suggested, it's been quite a year for us, packed both work-wise, and I would say definitely we make sure we have a bit of fun also, yes, fun-wise, because we already are working in a very grave space. While the political bigwigs or the global people, the industrialists are trying to do what they can. We, a very small NGO working out of a small state of Kerala in India, we are trying to, create our own footprint in this climate action space through capacity building, community engagement, as well as climate literacy. So we believe in creating small circles of conversation and climate action, which will ripple into bigger effects soon. And we are seeing that happen right before our eyes as each year passes through. So let me just take you all through a quick timeline of 2024-25. So January was very interesting. The 2023 climate leadership programs, which were conducted in Tamil Nadu and Kerala, came to a culmination in January. So we had our much awaited offline meetup in January of both these states. Also, we had a similar year in review last year also, and we understood that this is a right step in the direction to engage with the larger public and as well as reflect, introspect our work, our passion, and how we are engaging with each other as well as the people we work with and the communities we work with. So carrying on in February, we started off the climate leadership program, the X program, which was focusing on circular economy. And we also had a gender inclusivity and climate change roundtable conducted by the leaders of our Kerala cohort, 2023 cohort, which was very interesting. Apologies. In February, we had the gender inclusivity and climate change seminar, which happened in TIS, which we were part of. We were invited to present our work there. Further, one interesting thing or food for thought that emerges out of our work is that we, from each project or each license that we create, we get a forward linkage work or project. And through our one such climate leader of ours, we had this wonderful women leadership program that happened in Puriyur. We engaged with the vibrant set of women there in understanding their aspiration needs. And this was the women leadership program that happened in Puriyur in February. And our CEO often comes up with sudden weird, interesting ideas. And one such one was the Millet Day, which was held in February on 23rd. It was quite an interesting engagement for us too, though we had to cook a bit. But yes, that happened in February. And March saw the offline of the climate leadership program, Circular Economy Focus at Ala, a very interesting alternative space near Kochi. And we also launched the India Evolve Ideathon event in the same month, and the press meet for the same was held in Kochi. April saw our first RFR of the year, the Rooting for Resilience workshop focusing on youth and communities. This was held in Pundura, facilitated by the Chirurashmi NGO, and it was focused on waste management amongst very young children and youth also. May turned out to be very interesting because we had our first international collaboration. We were part of the treaty on saving the Antarctic waters, especially focusing on the krill, which was being hunted too much. So we took a set of youth from Kerala, in Trivandrum, whom we work with, and we had an interesting terracotta mural made with a lot of other children from Kochi also. This was in the month of May, and also the unveiling of the same happened in the same month. Next, we all strongly believe in climate literacy starting from very young age in the schools, in the formal education system. And that's how one of our interesting projects, the Circular School Campus Program, was launched in May. And we visited Munnar to scout for schools where students from the vulnerable communities living in high ranges were found. The second RFR of the year happened in Trivandrum, and it was with 500 dynamic NCC girl cadets. The focus was young youth and sustainable development. We had our first clan offline meet, the Climate Leaders Action Network, comprising of our climate leaders from all the cohorts till now. It happened in Kochi in May. And then we had the Gender and Climate Change event conducted by our climate leaders from the 23 cohort, which happened at Women's College in Trivandrum. It also was an eye-opener because we had a very diverse representation there. The third and fourth RFRs happened in Odisha and Jharkhand because we strongly believe that reaching out to new geographies and communities is the way forward in scaling up in the face of urgency of climate action. And also, we have a lot of diverse activities going on. So under the Marine Litter program, we had our first wall art done inside the city of Trivandrum, Kaudiyar, on the DTPC, the District Tourism Promotion Council wall. So I need to mention here that we try to work with the system, with the governance as far as possible. So having a wall art on the tourism department's building is something which is appreciable. June saw us attending various seminars, some of them being GAG pathways conducted by the Center for Environment and Development in Trivandrum. We also had the apologies again, since I'm reading through. We had the clan offline meetup in June 15th and 16th. And the second wall art, which was the Shangumugam, very long 20-meter wall art focusing on marine litter, causes, impacts, and solutions. It was done in June, and the inauguration of the same happened in July. Apart from the Routing for Resilience workshops, this year we launched an interesting program focusing on green jobs, the Climate Career Conclaves. We had the first edition in Kochi, and in July, we had the second edition in Trivandrum. Under our program Genry, we work on planting mangroves, we work on solarizing vulnerable spaces, distributing BLDCs and LEDs, and working with communities. So the first solarization in the year happened in Kasargod in the Nanganwadi in the month of July. Further, as I said earlier, we try to work with the system. So along with the KSDMA, we are the knowledge partners in addressing heat resilience in the village of Muradi. And we had the initial distribution of PLDC fans there in the month of July. We also are part of various other networks of organizations working in the climate space. And one such interesting network is INEC, the Indian Network for Ethics in Climate Change. So we had our national meetup in Pune in the month of August. And as part of the marine litter addressal program we had in 2025, we had a marine litter contest launched. It involved social media campaigns, paintings, etc. And the final prize giving happened in the Directorate of Environment and Climate Change office in Trivandrum in the month of August. September saw us have our first workshop on heat resilience in the Panchayat of Mudadi. And we also were invited for the Onam celebrations at the Chirurashmi NGO in the coastal village of Valethura. We are under the Circular School program. We had our first planting in the School of St. Rob's, Trivandrum. And also, we had the 5th Routing for Resilience program on waste management for the young dynamic women of Chirurashmi NGO, Valethura. The clan network had been launched, but having a governing structure was very important. And the month of September saw the first democratic elections held, and we had the first governing body formed. Also, this month saw the launch of the Climate Leadership Program, Resilient Citizens Edition, focusing on Bengaluru. October saw us collaborating with Kaila and UNICEF in understanding leadership programs for vulnerable communities. We also had our second round of planting in Chirurashmi Valiyadura. November saw an interesting collaboration with Neer Tadagam NGO in Velaini, where we had the Kayalora Kilikootam edition 2. We had a day of cleaning the water body of Hyacinth, which was infested there. And also second day was the RFR with the youth from Velaini, focusing on waste management and biodiversity. November saw us on our second round of visit to the Munnar schools. And also we have the network of climate NGOs in Trivandrum, in Kerala called the Mycelium. We had our own meetup in Munnar. December saw us being part of policy addresses. We presented papers about the model of climate leadership program being a tool for scaling up climate action. And this was presented under the public policy conference held in IIT Mumbai. Following it, we also had some stakeholder listening in Mumbai. And as I said, we invest a lot in collaborating with others working in the same space. January 2025 saw the first RFR of the year, Rooting for Resilience of the Year, where the students of the University of Information and Technology, Bailey, invited us to take a class for them on urbanization and biodiversity under the umbrella of climate change. We're also part of the Climate Education Network, and we attended their first ever national summit held in Bengaluru. February was very interesting because I and my co-founder Sanju did cross the waters, and we had some stakeholder engagement in Dubai, because we strongly believe that Indian diaspora living abroad can contribute a lot towards mitigation in our own country. And we both had a Rooting for Resilience engagement for the teachers of the DPS school in Sharjah. Coming to the month of March, we have launched a very vibrant project in the Panchayat of Ambalur, Kochi, focusing on circularity. And also, March saw the culmination of the Climate Leadership Program Resilient Cities Edition happening in Bengaluru. And going ahead, we will be engaging with further marine litter projects. We are right now just finished a solar installation in Valiyadura in the Chirurashmi compound. And also, we have launched the Sustainable Mobility Change Makers Climate Leadership Program. So that is a quick run through by me of the last 1 year. And now we will soon hear from our very, very amazing, dynamic, aspiring young leaders in the team of how they engaged in each one of these projects individually, as a team, and how it helped them and how they overcome whatever challenges they had. Yes, over to you, Sapana.
Thank you, Deepa. That was some really extensive work that we've taken up in the last year, and taking us through it briefly was not like an easy task, and you've done it so well. Thank you for the glimpse. And now, what we plan is that we each of us would go through the projects that we closely want to speak about, or think has given us the best milestones and achievements as an individual and as part of this organization. So we've decided to speak on some of the key projects that we closely worked with, as the time wouldn't allow us to go through everything in detail. So I think probably I can start with the climate leadership programs, and then probably pass on to Roshni, so that we can cover the climate leadership programs as we begin. Uh, so, if you are familiar with Sustera's work, you might know that Sustera, from its very early stages, had envisioned in having trained youngsters take up action in the space of climate. And it is with this vision that Sustera started on their training programs from 2018. So, Climate Leadership Program has been the flagship initiative by Sustera Foundation, where we have trained youngsters in different capacities to be able to take action in the climate sector. So we have, as Deepa had also mentioned, we have something called the Climate Leadership Program, where we bring together young leaders who work in different sectors to sort of have a general awareness about climate, uh, uh, the skills that they need to take action, and the general information and science that can back it up, and learn more about the climate action and climate science. So it's with this intention that we developed the climate leadership module. The climate leadership program is a general module where we also focus on bringing these youngsters together. So then going forward, we also developed the climate leadership program CLPX in specific topics, very specific topics. So we have run the climate leadership program on eco-restoration in Kerala and Uttarakhand, and CLPX in circular economy and CLPX in resilient cities so far. So it's also one of the areas that we focus and prepare modules which are more focused and bring in youngsters who are specifically working in these areas together, so that we can create more impact in a more effective manner. So these both are serving slightly different purposes, and we run it through every year. And as mentioned, the last year started off with the amazing offline engagements with CLP Tamil Nadu and CLP Kerala. We had the offline event, and going forward, we also engaged in CLPX circular economy. Um, uh, I think most of our work is sort of aligned to each other as well. They are not separate pieces or separate stories. We've taken up other work in circularity. So we've brought in speakers and prominent figures who could guide these young individuals in upcycling to management to different aspects of circular economy. That has been the climate leadership programs that we have taken up. About climate leadership program, Resilient Cities, and the one that we are launching now, Sustainability uh, Change Makers, Roshni would be touching upon them. And there's also, I'm sure that most of you are aware of the establishment of CLAN, the Climate Leaders Action Network, which we are looking forward to very enthusiastically take up in the coming years as well. It has been an outcome of the climate leadership programs that we had been engaging with. We had the general body elections for uh, the Climate Leaders Action Network in the last year. So that has been quite a milestone, and the establishment of the general body and the working committee, and now being gearing up to take up impactful work has been one of the key milestones as well. So without taking much time, maybe I'll hand over to Roshni to brief about CLPX Resilient Cities, which we did in Bangalore, and also uh, sort of take you through RFRs that were hosted in different parts of the nation. Roshni, please go ahead.
First of all, this climate leadership program, Resilient Cities in Bangalore, it happened from January to March 2025. And we had very enthusiastic 23 leaders from diverse sectors within Bengaluru. And it was one of the bold decision by Sustera also to take up our flagship program into a new landscape. And we had, so like we have a lot of frameworks, like SDGs are there, Sendai framework is there, and there are climate plans, various national and state plans. But our Bible was Bangalore Climate Action and Resilient Plan, because we thought that we need to make it contextual. And we clearly, I can remember Sanju saying that we have to go through it and we have to plan according to it. So that actually helped us to narrow down and helped us to make this program very contextual, so that it could be relevant to Bengaluru, where we are working. And the modules and sessions were also prepared on that way, where we give importance to learning urban resilience and drought and water management, urban heat, air pollution, adaptation and governance, and leadership. And we had very wonderful outcomes also. We had about 20 articles that was written uh, by the our participants, and several is under construction, but still we had that as an output. And we are also planning to have document or collect the recipes of various food that we had, the local food, local cuisine, and then also we are trying to bring up the action plans for resilience. And other than that, we had amazing, very amazing participant-led projects. And one is a Sustainable Sunday, and where Anjali, who is also in this meeting, is taking a great leadership. And we also had participants planning to work on health and urban agriculture. And another impactful thing that we got is that we have we have communicated about this to BCAP, and it was like it was a good, great positive response from them. So it was a major moment for us. So it was, we also had a lot of challenges also, but the participant enthusiasm helped us a lot in moving forward. And next is Sustainable Mobility Changemakers Program. And this program is a 10-week program, and we would be having about 70 plus participants, and it's a national program. And we are expecting the participants to have a comprehensive understanding on sustainable transport systems, and then mobility planning, policy and communication, and about the impact projects and the campaigns. And we are also planning to, so the selected participants will also get to be part of clan network, where they will have further mentorships and support. So this is about Sustainable Mobility Changemakers Program. We are going to have our first meeting with the participants on 25th this February. And so we are eagerly waiting for this program and how this program is training to be. So I was part of 3 Routing for Resilience program, which happened in Bhubaneswar in May 2024, and then Jamshedpur, and also in Thiruvananthapuram. So it was a great experience, and we also had a lot of turnout. I mean, in Bhubaneswar itself, we had about 40 plus youth participants who is who actively engaged with us in thinking about climate careers. And also we also had a lot of brainstorming. uh, we also had a brainstorming session where the participants and us thinking about the local problems. And about the Thiruvananthapuram, we had a rooting for resilience in antimicrobial resistance. And it was quite significant because even though we have several plans on health, but this emphasis is quite meager, is what I'm feeling. So this was so, and it also revolves around various. We were also aiming to have more collaboration, and as Devaji said earlier, that we focused more on collaboration, and without collaboration we can't move forward. Like in this space, collective effort is what makes the great impact. So this is about the programs that I was part of.
Thank you, Roshni, for that. I also wanted to add that we try and align, as Roshni had also mentioned, we try and align our work with some of the frameworks that we can sort of analyze the impact and effectiveness of each program as we go ahead with them. So one such framework that we closely align with is the UNFCCC's ACE framework. I hope some of you might be familiar with the Action for Climate Empowerment framework, where we look at the 6 pillars of youth engagement, like participation engagement, public engagement, international cooperation, and some of these areas are key goals that we also sort of align with. So most of our work are closely aligned with these frameworks. So I also want you to understand our work in that perspective, which would make it more sensible, and it gives us the full meaning that we are trying to communicate. So I'd like to call next Ashna and Gokul, if Ashna's around, I'm not sure, to share about the work that they've both done in marine litter management. The consistent efforts that they've taken in the district of Trivandrum to sort of create a behavioral change and um, also build awareness among communities is truly commendable. So we would like to let's try and hear from Ashna and Gokul about the work on marine litter and also circularity and circular schools that we were closely working with. Uh, Ashna or Gokul, if you're there, one of you can start. Yeah, Ashna.
Hi, Selvan. So me and Gokul, we both worked on marine litter awareness campaign and as well as circular school project. So I will be talking more about marine litter awareness project, and Gokul will be explaining about the circular school project. So coming to marine litter project, it's actually a campaign launched in the year 2023. I think by June 2023 it was inaugurated. And till 2024, I think July, we have completed 50 beach cleanups under that campaign. And the campaign was on marine litter awareness and as well as circular economy, how to promote circular economy in order to reduce marine litter. So this was a GIZ funded project, and there were many government stakeholders part of this project. As Deepa mentioned before, like we worked with the system, we worked with the Trivandrum Municipal Corporation, Directorate of Environment and Climate Change, DTPC, the District Tourism Promotion Council, and many other organizations as well. It aligned with the Malinyamukta Navakerelam campaign, and we had two waste management partners, which was greenworms and plastic fishers. They helped us a lot in handling the waste. We will be collecting these waste from the beaches, and this will be weighed, and those informations will be weighed and given to us by these waste management organizations. So under this project, actually in the 50 beach cleanups, we collected more than 12,000 kilograms of marine litter from the beaches, which included plastic waste, glass bottles, or you know, other like they're called legacy waste as well, like which includes clothes and cabs, everything that we use on a daily basis. So we have collected more than 12,000 kilograms of waste, and more than 3,200 volunteers joined us solely for this beach cleanup. So yeah, that was about the beach cleanup. And under this campaign, it also included several other activities. Especially the campaign was based on creating awareness on marine litter, because Kerala is half of the Kerala's border is covered with beaches. So the people in the city needs to know that it's a big issue. Nowadays, when we go to beaches, what we see there is litter. Like when I was small and when I go to beaches, I only saw shells or something there. But now it's covered with plastic. So that awareness has to be reached towards the citizens of the city. So also, other than that, we have launched a contest which mostly encourage youth to submit their entries. Some would be wall art, some would be a photography contest or a poster contest, and many school and college students and even other people, citizens joined, and more than 500 entries came from 6 contests. So that was a huge success for us from our side. And we have conducted, we did actually 3 art installations in the city. One was in Villi. It was an art installation that, focused on encouraging children to segregate their waste. And the other 2 was wall art. One was done at Christnagar School, near Christnagar School in Kavdiyar. It was on a DTPC wall. And it depicted, plastic waste that are seen in many tourist areas. So we intended to keep that wall out there because during 3 o'clock or something, like a lot of students get out of school and they can see this wall art and make a change. That was our intention. And then finally, our main wall art, which is a 20 feet wall art, was painted in Shankamugam Beach, which depicted the life of plastic, from how these marine litter ended up in ocean, and what happens to them, how they turn to be microplastics, and how they affect the lives of people. And these are the main things that was covered in our project. And we also did 6 or 7 waste audits, brand audits during our cleanups as well. So yeah, this is what I need to talk about the project. And yeah, there were a lot of challenges as well, a lot of good things. We were able to connect with the, we were able to connect with the government organizations, work with them, talk to them, know what's happening inside the system. We were able to connect with the local people, community there, the fisher folks there, everyone. We were able to bring more than 3,000 volunteers, and actually we have a good network of student volunteers in the city. Because of this project, we have that, and for other projects as well, we are able to utilize those networks. Yeah, it was really interesting, and personally, it helped me grow a lot. The connection, the networks, and everything. Yeah, I'm really grateful for that opportunity. Yeah, that's it, Sabarna.
Yeah, thank you, Ashna, for that. I also wanted to add that this would be like one vertical in our work stream that sort of engage maximum number of youth. And as I said, the consistency and the listening skills have been like the major strength out of this project. And kudos to both of you for that. And especially to Deepa also for leading the whole project and taking care of all the nitty-gritties. Now we can hear from Gokul about the circular schools and the work that we've done with the circular schools. Yeah, please go on.
So thank you so much and good evening all. And I'm more comfortable with my mother tongue. So മലയാളത്തിൽ തന്നെ തുടരാം എന്നുള്ള രീതിയിലേക്കാണ് മുന്നോട്ട് പോകുന്നത് എന്ന് വിചാരിക്കുന്നത് ആ രീതിയിൽ തന്നെയാണ്. സോ കഴിഞ്ഞ 2 വർഷമായിട്ട് സസ്റ്റയുടെ ഭാഗമായിട്ട് ഞാൻ മാറിയിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. ഞാൻ ഇതിനു മുന്നേ കുറച്ച് ഓർഗനൈസേഷൻസ് വർക്ക് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. സർക്കുലർ എക്കോണമിയിലായിരുന്നു കൂടുതൽ ഫോക്കസ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നത്. ആൻഡ് ഇവിടേക്ക് എത്തിയതും മറൈൻ ലിറ്റർ പ്രൊജക്റ്റിലായിരുന്നു സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നത്. ആൻഡ് ഇവിടെ ഒരു എനിക്ക് ഞാൻ മുന്നേ വർക്ക് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരുന്ന ഓർഗനൈസേഷനിൽ എന്റെ ഏറ്റവും വലിയ ബലം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് എന്റെ ടീം തന്നെയായിരുന്നു. ആൻഡ് അടുത്തൊരു ഓർഗനൈസേഷനിലേക്ക് എത്തുന്ന സമയത്തും എനിക്കൊരു ഡൗട്ട് ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു, അതേ സെയിം ടീം സെയിം വൈബ് എനിക്ക് കിട്ടുമോ എന്നുള്ളൊരു ഡൗട്ടിലായിരുന്നു എത്തിയിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നെങ്കിലും ആൻഡ് സെയിം രീതിയിൽ തന്നെ വൈബ് കിട്ടുന്ന ഒരു ടീമിന്റെ ഉള്ളിലേക്ക് തന്നെ എത്താനും പറ്റി. ആൻഡ് അവിടെയുള്ള പോലെ തന്നെ ഒരു ബെസ്റ്റ് ഫ്രണ്ട് എന്ന നിലയിലേക്ക് ഒരു കൊളീഗിനെയും കിട്ടിയിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. സോ ദാറ്റ്സ് വാട്ട്സ് മൈ വൺ ഓഫ് മൈ ബെസ്റ്റ് തിങ്. സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ചെയ്തപ്പോൾ തന്നെ മറൈൻ ലിറ്ററിലായിരുന്നു സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ചെയ്തത്. പ്രൊജക്ട് സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ചെയ്ത് മറൈൻ ലിറ്ററിന്റെ ഭാഗമായിട്ടായിരുന്നു. പിന്നീട് പല പ്രൊജക്ടുകളുടെ ഭാഗമായിട്ട് വർക്ക് ചെയ്യാനും പറ്റിയിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. ആൻഡ് നിലവിൽ സർക്കുലർ സ്കൂൾ പ്രൊജക്റ്റിലാണ് കൂടുതൽ ഫോക്കസ് ചെയ്ത് വർക്ക് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്. കറന്റ് അത് മുന്നോട്ട് പോയിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന ഒരു പ്രൊജക്ട് ആണ്. തിരുവനന്തപുരത്തും മൂന്നാറിലുമായിട്ട് 5 സ്കൂളിനെ ഫോക്കസ് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടാണ് CSP പ്രൊജക്ട് മുന്നോട്ട് പോയിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. തിരുവനന്തപുരത്ത് 3 കോസ്റ്റൽ സ്കൂൾസും മൂന്നാറിൽ 2 ഹൈലാൻഡ് സ്കൂൾസും ആണ് നമ്മൾ മെയിൻലി ഫോക്കസ് ചെയ്തിപ്പോൾ വർക്ക് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. മെയിൻലി ഈ 5 സ്കൂളുകളെയും ഒരു വർഷത്തെ പ്രൊജക്ടിനുള്ളിൽ സർക്കുലാരിറ്റിയിലേക്ക് എത്തിക്കുക എന്നുള്ള ലക്ഷ്യത്തിലായിരുന്നു ഈ പ്രൊജക്ട് സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. ക്വാളിറ്റി എഡ്യൂക്കേഷൻ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന സസ്റ്റൈനബിൾ ഡെവലപ്മെന്റ് ഗോൾസിൽ ഊന്നിക്കൊണ്ട് ബാക്കി എല്ലാ സസ്റ്റൈനബിൾ ഡെവലപ്മെന്റ് ഗോൾസിനെയും ഇതിന്റെ അണ്ടറിലേക്ക് കൊണ്ടുവന്ന് കുട്ടികളിലേക്ക് മാക്സിമം സസ്റ്റൈനബിലിറ്റി എത്തിക്കുക എന്നുള്ള ലക്ഷ്യത്തോട് കൂടിയിട്ടാണ് ഈ പ്രൊജക്ടിന്റെ തുടക്കം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. ഇപ്പോഴും അതിൽ ഊന്നി തന്നെയാണ് മുന്നോട്ട് പോയിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്. ഓരോ ഘട്ടം കഴിയും തോറും കുട്ടികളെ കൂടുതൽ സർക്കുലാരിറ്റിയിലേക്ക് എത്തിക്കുക, കൂടുതൽ സ്കൂൾ ആൻഡ് അവിടുത്തെ ലോക്കൽ LSGs, ഗവൺമെന്റൽ ഓർഗനൈസേഷൻസ് ആൻഡ് ഗവൺമെന്റൽ ഓഫീസേഴ്സ്, പിന്നെ ലൈക് എന്താ പബ്ലിക് റിലീജിയസ് ഇൻസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂഷൻ, ഇവരെല്ലാരെയും ഒരുമിച്ച് കൊണ്ടുവന്ന ഒരു കുടക്കീഴിലേക്ക് എത്തിച്ച് എങ്ങനെ സർക്കുലാരിറ്റി ജനങ്ങളിലേക്ക് എത്തിക്കാം, കുട്ടികളിലേക്ക് എത്തിക്കാം, താഴ്വരയിൽ ആഴത്തിൽ എങ്ങനെ കൊണ്ടുവരാം എന്നുള്ളതാണ് പ്രൊജക്ടിന്റെ പ്രധാന ലക്ഷ്യങ്ങളിൽ ഒന്നായിട്ട് ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നതും ഇപ്പോഴും മുന്നോട്ട് പോകുന്നതും ആ രീതിയിൽ തന്നെയാണ്. സോ അതിന്റെ ഭാഗമായിട്ട് തുടക്കം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് നേറ്റീവ് പ്ലാന്റ്സിനെ സംരക്ഷിക്കുക, കുട്ടികൾ കൂടുതൽ മരങ്ങളെ കുറിച്ച് മനസ്സിലാക്കുക എന്ന ലക്ഷ്യത്തോടു കൂടി ഓരോ സ്കൂളുകളിലും നമ്മൾ ട്രീ പ്ലാന്റേഷൻ ആയിരുന്നു, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ട്രീ പ്ലാന്റിംഗ് ആയിരുന്നു ആദ്യം ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. അതിന്റെ ഭാഗമായിട്ട് ഏകദേശം ഇപ്പോ 60ഓളം മരത്തിന്റെ തൈകൾ നമ്മൾ നട്ടുപിടിപ്പിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട് 5 സ്കൂളുകളിലായിട്ട്. അതിന്റെ സംരക്ഷണം മുതലായിട്ടുള്ള കാര്യങ്ങൾ കുട്ടികളിലേക്ക് എത്തിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. എന്താണ് മരങ്ങൾ നമ്മുടെ ഭൂമിയിൽ നൽകുന്നത്, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നമ്മുടെ ഭൂമിയുടെ സംരക്ഷണത്തിന് അവർ എത്രത്തോളം കോൺട്രിബ്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നു എന്നുള്ള രീതിയിലേക്ക് മരങ്ങളുടെ ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻസ് മനസ്സിലാക്കുക എന്നുള്ള ലക്ഷ്യത്തിൽ കുട്ടികളെ അതിലേക്ക് എത്തിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. അതിനുശേഷം ബട്ടർഫ്ലൈ ഗാർഡൻസ്, എങ്ങനെയാണ് ഒരു എക്കോസിസ്റ്റം ഫോം ചെയ്യുക, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നമ്മൾ എത്രത്തോളം ഒരു എക്കോസിസ്റ്റത്തിന്റെ ഭാഗമാണ് എന്ന് മനസ്സിലാക്കാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് ബട്ടർഫ്ലൈ ഗാർഡൻ മുതലായിട്ടുള്ള കാര്യങ്ങൾ കുട്ടികളെ കൊണ്ട് ചെയ്യിപ്പിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. ലൈക് ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ ജനറേറ്റ് ആവുന്നത് ഇപ്പൊ മെയിൻ ഫോക്കസ് ഏരിയ വേസ്റ്റ് ആണെങ്കിൽ പോലും ആ വേസ്റ്റ് ഉണ്ടാവാതിരിക്കാൻ, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ വേസ്റ്റ് എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഒരു കോൺസെപ്റ്റ് ഇല്ല, പകരം അതൊരു മിസ്പ്ലേസ്ഡ് റിസോഴ്സസ് ആണ് കുട്ടികളിലേക്ക് എത്തിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് സ്വാപ്പ് ഷോപ്പ് മുതലായിട്ടുള്ള കാര്യങ്ങൾ സ്കൂളിന്റെ ഉള്ളിൽ ഇംപ്ലിമെന്റ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. ആൻഡ് കൂടുതൽ കുട്ടികളിലേക്ക് ഈ കാര്യങ്ങൾ എത്തിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് നമ്മൾ പറയുന്ന പോലെ നമ്മുടെ നാവിന്റെ ബലം കൂടുന്നതനുസരിച്ചിട്ട് നമ്മൾ ഒരുപാട് വർത്താനം പറയും, എന്നാൽ കുട്ടികളിലേക്ക് എത്തണം എന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഒരുപാട് വർത്താനം പറഞ്ഞ കാര്യമില്ല, അത് അവർക്ക് മനസ്സിലാവുന്ന രീതിയിൽ കുഞ്ഞു കുഞ്ഞു ക്യാപ്സ്യൂൾ രീതിയിലേക്ക് മാറ്റണം. സോ അതിനുള്ള വർക്കാണ് മെയിൻ ഫോക്കസ് ചെയ്ത് പിന്നീട് മുന്നോട്ട് പോകും. 2ാം ഘട്ടം എന്നുള്ള നിലയിലേക്ക് പോയിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നത്. ഇപ്പോ അതിന്റെ ഭാഗമായിട്ട് കുട്ടികൾക്ക് മനസ്സിലാക്കാൻ പറ്റുന്ന ക്ലൈമറ്റ് ലാബ്, സ്വാപ്പ് ഷോപ്പ്, പിന്നെ നമ്മുടെ ചുമർ ചിത്രങ്ങൾ എന്നിവയിൽ ഫോക്കസ് ചെയ്താണ് ഇപ്പൊ മുന്നോട്ട് പോയിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. പിന്നെ കുട്ടികൾക്കുള്ള ഓരോ മാസങ്ങളിലും കുട്ടികൾക്ക് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് ക്ലാസ്സസ് എടുത്തു കൊടുക്കുക, പല പല സബ്ജക്റ്റുകളെ എക്സ്പേർട്ട് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ആൾക്കാരെ കൊണ്ടുവരിക, ഇതൊക്കെയാണ് നമ്മളിപ്പോ ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. പിന്നെ നിലവിൽ അവിടെയുള്ള ഞാൻ നേരത്തെ പറഞ്ഞ പോലെ ലോക്കൽ LSGs, പിന്നെ റിലീജിയസ് ഇൻസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂഷൻസ്, ഇവരുടെ ഒരു കൊളാബറേഷൻ ഈ സ്കൂളിന്റെ ഉള്ളിലേക്ക് കൊണ്ടുവരിക. ഈ 5 സ്കൂൾസും നമ്മൾ എടുത്തേക്കുന്നത് ഏത് സ്കൂൾസ് ആണ്, ഗവൺമെന്റ് സ്കൂൾസ് അല്ല. ആയതിനാൽ തന്നെ ഈ സ്കൂളുകളിലേക്ക് കൂടുതൽ കൊളാബറേഷൻസ് കൊണ്ടുവന്നതിന് ശേഷം ആ ഒരു ക്യാമ്പസിനെ ഈ ഒരു വർഷത്തിനുള്ളിൽ മാക്സിമം സർക്കുലാരിറ്റിക്ക് എത്തിക്കുക എന്നുള്ള ലക്ഷ്യത്തിലാണ് ഇത് മുന്നോട്ട് പോയിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുക എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. എന്നാൽ സർക്കുലാരിറ്റി എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് നമ്മൾ വിചാരിക്കുന്ന പോലെ ഒരു പെട്ടെന്ന് ഉണ്ടാക്കാൻ പറ്റുന്ന ഒരു പ്രോസസ്സ് അല്ല, അതൊരു ദീർഘനാൾ മുന്നോട്ട് പോകേണ്ട ഒരു പ്രോസസ്സ് ആയതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ ഓരോരോ ഘട്ടമായിട്ടാണ് ഇപ്പോൾ മുന്നോട്ട് പോകുന്നത്. സോ അതിന്റെ പ്രൈമറി ഇതിലാണ് ഇപ്പോൾ നിൽക്കുന്നത് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. ഇതിന്റെ ഭാഗമായിട്ട് കിട്ടിയിട്ടുള്ള ഗുണങ്ങൾ, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ കുട്ടികളിലേക്ക് എത്തിക്കാൻ പറ്റിയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരുപാട് കാര്യങ്ങളുണ്ട്. ആൻഡ് അത് മാത്രമല്ല സസ്ത്രയും LSGസുമായിട്ടുള്ള, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ലോക്കൽ സെൽഫ് ഗവൺമെന്റുമായിട്ടുള്ള ബന്ധം കുറച്ചും കൂടി സ്ട്രോങ് ആക്കാൻ പറ്റിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. ആൻഡ് റിലീജിയസ് ഇൻസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂഷൻ ആയാലും ലോക്കൽ LSGs ആയാലും സ്കൂളുകളായാലും എത്രത്തോളം സസ്റ്റൈനബിലിറ്റി പ്രാക്ടീസ് ചെയ്യേണ്ടതിന്റെ ആവശ്യകതയുണ്ട് എന്നീ കാര്യങ്ങളും നമ്മൾ ഇതിലൂടെ മുന്നോട്ട് വെക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. സോ പ്രധാനമായും നേരത്തെ പറഞ്ഞ പോലെ തന്നെ ക്വാളിറ്റി എഡ്യൂക്കേഷൻ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന സസ്റ്റൈനബിൾ ഡെവലപ്മെന്റ് ഗോൾസിന്റെ അണ്ടറിലേക്ക് 17 സസ്റ്റൈനബിൾ ഡെവലപ്മെന്റ് ഗോൾസിനെയും കൊണ്ടുവന്നതാണ് ഇത് മുന്നോട്ട് പോയിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. സോ ബാക്കി ആഷ്ന നേരത്തെ പറഞ്ഞ പോലെ മറൈൻ ലെറ്റർ പ്രൊജക്ടിന്റെ ഭാഗമായിട്ടായിരുന്നു വർക്ക് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരുന്നത്. ആൻഡ് ഇതിന്റെ ഭാഗമായിട്ട് സഞ്ജുവും ദീപിച്ചും ഒരുപാട് ഹെൽപ്പ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. ആൻഡ് ഓരോ ടീം അംഗങ്ങളും ഇതിൽ ഹെൽപ്പ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. ലൈക്ക് നമുക്കൊരു ഇവന്റ് നടക്കുമ്പോൾ പോലും റോഷ്നി ആദ്യം എത്തുമായിരുന്നു, ആൻഡ് അവിനാഷ് ഇടയ്ക്ക് ജോയിൻ ചെയ്യുമായിരുന്നു. ആൻഡ് ഓരോ ആൾക്കാരും കൃത്യമായിട്ടുള്ള അവരുടെ ഇൻപുട്സും ഇതിലേക്ക് തരുന്നുണ്ട്. സോ എല്ലാവരും കൂട്ടിക്കൊണ്ട് തന്നെയാണ് ഈ പ്രോജക്ട് മുന്നോട്ട് പോയിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. സോ വളരെ ക്രിസ്പായിട്ട് മീൻസ് കുറച്ച് കാര്യങ്ങൾ മാത്രം പറയാനുള്ളൂ, കാരണം പറഞ്ഞു തുടങ്ങിക്കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ കഥ പറയുന്ന പോലെ ഇത് മുന്നോട്ടേക്ക് പോയിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കും, ഓരോന്നും എടുത്ത് പറയേണ്ടി വരും. സോ അതിനുള്ള ടൈം വളരെ കുറവായതുകൊണ്ട് ഇത്രയുമാണ് മെയിൻ കോൺട്രിബ്യൂഷൻ ആയിട്ട് വന്നിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നെന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. പിന്നെ വേറെ ഗുണം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്, ലൈക്ക് എനിക്ക് കിട്ടിയിട്ടുള്ള ഏറ്റവും വലിയ ഗുണം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് നാവിന്റെ ബലം വീണ്ടും വീണ്ടും കൂടിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. ഒരുപാട് ആൾക്കാരിലേക്ക് എത്തുന്നുണ്ട്, ഒരുപാട് കാര്യങ്ങൾ സംസാരിച്ചു തുടങ്ങിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. ആൻഡ് കൂടുതൽ ആൾക്കാരിലേക്ക് എത്താനും ഈ ഒരു പ്ലാറ്റ്ഫോം സഹായിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. ആൻഡ് ഈ ഒരു പ്രൊജക്റ്റും അതുപോലെ ഹെൽപ്പ് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്, കുട്ടികളിലേക്ക് എത്താനും അതുപോലെ തന്നെ മുതിർന്നവരിലേക്ക് എത്താനും ഒരുപോലെ ബാലൻസ് ചെയ്ത് കൊണ്ടുപോകാനും കാര്യങ്ങളെ മനസ്സിലാക്കിപ്പിക്കാനും സാധിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. സോ താങ്ക് യു.
Thank you, Gopal, for that. I also wanted to say that this is the one kind of project, just like some of our other local interventions, that can also continue even if we exit the project space. So um, uh, that was also the idea that they can sustain these efforts, even especially in circular schools, with some of these activities that we are introducing. They can continue the effort and run it in the schools for the years coming ahead. So thank you, Gokul, for that. Next, I'd like to welcome Agnes to speak a little bit about. I'm sure that there's like all of us have engaged in a lot of these projects and some of the overlapping bits of it. But maybe Agnes can speak about the gender initiatives that Agnes has been part of and the projects that she has led, and also about the work that's taking place in Ambalu. Just like the circular schools here, also we intend to um, uh, establish the space, and then even after we exit, we hope that it continues and the work speaks for itself, and uh, try and create more impact as we move out of the space. So, Agnes, maybe you can share a little bit about these projects.
Yes. Hi, hello. Hi, Sabana, thank you. And thanks, Deepa, for the initial glimpse of 1 year of our journey. So yeah, it's for such as always a happening space, and every year we have a lot of engagement and activities. So I'm directly heading to my project, Genry. So, which is like, hope many of you already know in this here it's joined. It's a participatory finance model we developed by our own way to sustain the financial flow as well for the consistent working in climate actions like mitigation and adaptation. So in last year we were more focused on more impactful projects. So we finished 7 projects based on energy conservation, restoration sectors, and altogether we had calculated that around 110 metric ton of carbon equivalent um, for 25 years of sequestration we had done. It's a it's like taking 25 flights all around the world in an economy class. So that much equivalent to the carbon emission we are sequestrated through the 7 projects. For and carbon and natural, I think we all in the team are more focused on social impact nowadays. And as we recognize that this climate change issues are not simply a carbon emission reduction work rather than a social issue, like mostly Sustera is heading to many of the projects and we more giving more priority to the social impact and community involvement. So one of the major interesting story for me from the last year was we were able to install a 2 kilowatt of solar panel in an Anganwadi in Kinanur Karindalam Panchayat in Kasaragod. You might be wonder that why we went to Kasaragod for an Anganwadi. It was not like that. So it was the project was like a hands-on leadership program for our climate leaders from 2023 cohort from Kerala. So it was a very wonderful experience that the team of 5, Sharanya, Alia, Sharath, Aditya, and came up to that idea that they could take up a project like this. And yeah, where our role was facilitating that, giving guidance for proposal writing, etc. So the major fund source was we received from 3 major sources. One was from CSR project support from Key Value System, which is a software company based on Kochi. That also we were able to connect because one of our climate leader, Narendran, was working there. So that's how we reached there. And another part of fund came up from our Gentry tribe, and rest of the amount we raised through Milap crowdfunding. So it was like um, for me, while we are interacting with the panchayat during the installation, so that panchayat president of Kinanur Karindalam Panchayat, Sri T.K. Ravi, he was mentioning, he was stated that because of this project, they were get a lot of inspiration and insights from how to execute a solar installation. So based on that, they decided that all the government bodies, institutions under local self-government, they are proposed a plan for solarization. And so they were saying that they got that courage to do that because they understand that how the KCB procedures are, how to find out a vendor and all those things they understand through a simple project. So that moment was one of the major thing, and I felt so proud about like we were within the team always think about 2 kilowatt um, solar power, what it gonna be do for reducing climate change. So, but this kind of a rippling effect in our project, we felt that yes, there is a lot of things to do with the local self-government in Kerala. But personally, also I feel so welcoming for that. So that was one of the one major thing I want to share. And also other another one short story that from the the Gentry project, we have a around 20 to 50 members of Gentry tribe members, those who are very interested and enthusiastic about the sustainability and all, but based on because of their lifestyle and locations of different professions, etc., they are not able to extend their individual works of climate action. So those people are there for our strong supporters. So last year we got a wonderful opportunity to that one of our tribe member, her name is Nahla. She's based on she's from Calicut and now based on UAE, and she come up with the thought that she's a at a individual level also she's an incredible person in sustainable lifestyle and all. She come up with the idea that she wanna do gift to her a few plantings in do a planting drive in Kerala for her daughter's birthday. Her daughter's name is Hawa, and it was one of her very best project, I would say, from the last year. Like it was so exciting that interacting with Nahla, and she come up with new ideas, and we worked on that. And Sana is my teammate, and we were like very excited to like know how to develop a work, and we all in different geographies and connecting with the phone through the phone, and Sana designed wonderful certificates for that. So, and also we collaborated with Manoj Etan. He's already here, and he have a wonderful initiatives like the Rewild and Grassroot. And these people are like for us, it's Manojan, of course, for us mentor in the area of eco restoration, and Grassroot and Rewind are the people there are the long term collaborators for us. So like they also came up with like we can plant the trees in the Rewind campus, and just before the day of Hawa's birthday, then they started planting, and we kept everything ready for that birthday. So that was another very loving, and I feel like yes, anywhere in the people can be from anywhere can join Sustera for work like this. And I personally also feel like this is the moment, that was the moment where I feel like it's Genry is such a meaningful platform, and like many of the people can come and create their own work. And I feel very fulfilled while facilitating that project. And also Sana, throughout the last year, she was there for designing lot of wonderful content for our Genry platform, and also we like keep on communication. Like I understand that how Sana is creatively giving in lot of input to Genry, and yeah, this is all about. And definitely I could close without mentioning Sharad's name, and he was the project coordinator for Genry. And last year he migrated to Japan, and he was the backbone of many of the projects, especially the solar project. And he was the one who coordinated with the vendors and all. And it was extremely grateful to work with Sana and Sharad the last year. And yeah, I think I can close now. Also, yeah, many of you already mentioned that Ambaloor project is something Like we are actually soft launching it, and hopefully you can follow LinkedIn and social media for more updates there. And yeah, thank you, Manojata, to join. Yeah, Sauparna,
Thank
like
you.
I think I can stop here.
Uh, Thank you for that. Definitely, January is like one of those uh, perfect spaces where we can tap in all of our networks. Some might have the strength of supporting us with the resources. Some might have a strength in identifying spaces for doing the actual work, and others who actually do it on the ground. So it's like a perfect culmination of all the uh, engagement that we do, and very interesting participatory model. I request if there are outsiders in this meeting or someone listening to this to check it out. Uh, yeah. Moving to
Also, I will also I will be sharing the Instagram ID for Gendry. Like you can visit and follow us for updates. Like yeah.
thank you, Agnes. So I think we can now move to Avinash. Avinash is the program manager at Sustera, and he has been part of certain very interesting initiatives that we've done in the past year. So I welcome Avinash to sort of touch upon the work that he's been part of the last year.
Hi, thanks, Aparna. I was fortunate to be part of two interesting projects, and I was really thankful to Sanju, who entrusted me with these two challenges. The first challenge was something called India Evolve and National Challenge. So basically, Sustera is part of something called Sustainable Mobility Network, which is actually a part of the bigger network called Clean Mobility Collective. So this is actually Sustera's being part of a larger collective in the global space. And as part of India's commitment, like sustainable as part of SMN's India's commitment, Sustera actually started something called the National Hackathon on last mile delivery. So, like a lot of people might know what is last mile delivery, but the last mile delivery is actually like when you order from Zomato, Swiggy, like who's actually delivering the your delivery thing. So basically, a lot of our delivery is actually delivered by uh, ICE, like internal combustion engine. So our challenge was to actually start a hackathon, and this project actually started actually a long time back. Actually, 2023 actually we started technically, but last year we actually conducted the national level competition, and almost we had around 200 to 300 participants from across India. And out of this, seven participants actually came up with wonderful ideas, and and that was the outcome of the event. So what Sustera has to do with this? It is actually our commitment to the global perspective, and uh, and as part of it, we were able to we Sustera was able to represent ourselves in the Clean Mobility Collective also. So this was actually a good exposure for me and for Sustera also, because the kind of people we were able to meet, the kind of ideas we were able to share in this global platforms. So in a such a way, it was actually like a what do you call it, a kind of a new experience for me also. Secondly, moving on, like I said, like we Sanju and I had this crazy idea, because when we actually want to do something go to uncharted waters. So like we came up with this idea of conducting a climate career conclave. So it was completely like nobody has ever done in Kerala, especially. And we had very limited resources. We had very limited exposure. Like we were doing it the first time, so a lot of things we had to do it from the scratch. And luckily enough, we had a lot of partners and we had a lot of well-wishers, and they all came across the right movement. And we actually conducted 3 programs across 2 different cities in Kerala itself. And we plan to continue this in the future and across different cities. It was actually part of the larger plan. And the best part was that we were able to mobilize around 600 to 700 students. Like it was actually it was not our, like we never had that kind of figure, but we were able to almost 700 people. And it was not like, it was one of the main purpose was to let people network, let students like people who are interested in sustainability come check out what are the opportunities in green jobs, what are the opportunities in corporate sector, especially ESG. So we had the best of the best experts from each pillar. And one of the best things actually happened was, like, we actually conducted almost CV workshops. So this was basically to help students, professionals to actually revamp and improve their CVs. And what from feedback, what we understood is, a lot of people, some of the students who got on this program, they actually got placed in corporate, especially in climate and sustainability research sectors. So that was actually one of the key outcomes we were able to get from the Climate Career Conclave. And not least, I would like to thank Sharath, because Sharath was my back pillar for the Climate Career Conclave. Because like Agnes said, Sharath has moved to Japan. So basically, like, when we go into this uncharted waters, like we didn't know where to go, and Sharath and I had to, and even Sanju, it was almost every day we are trying to figure out like how to tackle this program. And the like we were like I said, almost 600 to 700 people turned up, and hopefully we will be able to continue this program in the coming years. Thank you.
Thank you, Avinash. I'm sure the Sustera Academy and the Climate Career Conclave, uh, they were like a different outlook altogether in catering to the young people. They need to know that there are these opportunities available to them, and you can sort of build a career in this space. And there are very diverse and interesting spaces where you can engage. And hearing it from those who have made it in this space was very interesting and unique experience. And also with the academy, learning the right skills to tap these right opportunities was also something that was very unique and interesting about this program. And we hopefully uh, want to continue this effort in the coming years as well. Now, I'd like to move to Sana. Sana has been a crucial part of our team, helping us bring out the work, especially with Zenri. She has done some amazing work around content and climate communication. So we'd like to hear from Sana about the work that she has done in the past year. Yeah.
Thank you, Soparna. It has been almost a year now with this team, and under the guidance of Agnes, I started off as handling social media storytelling with Genry as well as Sustera. And throughout this year, it was a great experience for me, starting with creating fun-based post, educational post, awareness campaigns, and so many posts related to climate topics. And I would like to highlight some of the posts which went very successful. And this was like climate dictionary series we created, Agnes, you remember, right? How much we worked on this. And what we wanted was we want to create this for kids and teachers. And we were able to break down several climate words, which was very complex in the point of view of a kid. So through this series, through this genre series, we were able to bring up some complex words like sequestration, and which is very difficult for kids, I think. So that and all, we just made it into the for the kids. And we were also successfully able to circulate this among the kids through one of our jury member, Nala. She helped us circulate this on her daughter's birthday. So that was quite successful. And another one was last year for Onam, we did an Onam sustainability series. And this one was very close to my heart. This was the first one, I think, we did. So we created a character resembling Trikakrepan. I hope everybody knows what is Trikakrepan. So we created a character, and through this character, we created awareness, like how to celebrate Onam planet friendly, like from how to reduce food waste in Sadhya, then how to make Pookalam more eco-conscious. Like that, also we tried to blend up all the nostalgia through this. And it was quite, I was very happy to see many of our followers also shared this post through their Instagram page. So this was the second. Thirdly, I would like to say about the COP29 social media coverage we did last year. Last year it happened, and we covered almost the finance negotiation part and climate justice, etc., through Instagram Reels. And we try to keep each and every point very bold and crisp. So it would be easy for the followers to follow that points also. So the idea was, I think it was a great success. Even though there was lack of likes and all, apart from that, we were able to showcase our climate ideas and everything. So then another reel we did for Nala. I think Manojatan was there. We did a very good reel on that, and she was also very happy. And Manojatan gave us some very high, good quality uh, clips, right? So always for social media concept, I think the videos we are getting or should be in that high quality. So what I gained is this year I was able to understand that climate communication is just not just about the info. It is much more than that, I think. So I learned how to design for impacts more than the likes we get through Instagram. So that's it. I think Deepa Chechi was eagerly waiting for me to talk. Yes. Thank you so
Yeah,
much. Thank you
thank
so
you.
much.
Uh, yeah, just want to highlight that how important the pillar that climate communication is, like often um, catering to the right audience in the right format, be it kids, youth, adults, whatever would catch their eye to communicate this very important message. So it's a lot of creative juices and a lot of brainstorming sessions and thoughts that's been put into every content that is delivered. So kudos to you, Sana, and Agnes also for the support in creating this. We also have Anus from our team. He's relatively a new member of the team. I would like to welcome Anus. He's a very spirited community leader and facilitates a lot of engagement, and there's like a lot of interesting work that we look forward to do together. I mean, uh, Amos, if you want to add in a few words, that'll be nice. And then we can hear from everyone. I don't know if Amos is here. Not sure.
Amos, I guess you need to unmute. Amos is here. I can see him. Amos, കേൾക്കുന്നുണ്ടോ?
Maybe he's away from the screen. But yeah, if Amos is back, then maybe he can. Yeah. Is he able to hear? I am not sure.
I think if one of you could.
അമ്മൂസിന് നെറ്റ്വർക്കിന്റെ എന്തോ ഇഷ്യൂ ഉണ്ടെന്നാ തോന്നുന്നത്. നേരത്തെ ഒരു മെസ്സേജ് ഇട്ടിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു, നെറ്റ്വർക്കിൽ ചെറിയ ഇഷ്യൂ വരുന്നുണ്ട്.
Thought of mentioning the whole team. Yeah. Anyway, thank you, Amos. We are really excited to do some really impactful work with you and everyone in the team. So going forward, I think I've covered everyone and the important bits. Yeah. Maybe Deepa, if you want to share some final thoughts, and then probably Sanju would wind up the session.
Yes, thank you, Soparna. Thank you to the whole team who have been sharing their learnings, their efforts. It's always amazing to hear it from the, horse's mouth, as we say, the person who's doing it. So it's always great for me when I hear it from your perspective, which I think we should be doing more often, not as a one time in a year in review. And we have already started that. We will be very regularly doing our monthly reviews. And my insight, I mean, it's something which all of us would definitely resonate with, that as a team, we walk alone, we walk together. When we work on our own pace, but also we work together. So working through that maze is something which we need to adapt to, especially since we are working in a space which has immense social and environmental impact. We are creating a footprint that no other person can simulate, because we have a lot of NGOs working in the climate space, and each one is doing their own work in a great way in hyperlocal communities. So our unique footprints are what that we leave there. So for that, each one of us works individually and we work as a team. So how we hold each other in this space and how we proceed together is something which we need to reflect upon going ahead. Because as everyone, each one of you said, over the last few years, we have been growing in strength very clearly. The networks, the collaborations that are coming our way, which I personally see a lot. I personally get a lot of calls and invites, and for collaborations, for stakeholding discussions. And yeah, we did miss that point. Most of us have gone for such stakeholding discussions individually, which, since it doesn't directly fall in our project, we didn't touch upon. But Sustera is invited to a lot of stakeholder engagement under the umbrella of climate, be it heat resilience, be it energy, be it farming, be it youth engagement. We get a lot of calls. That itself proves our strength. It proves that we are making some inroads into the difficult part of climate action. And we have been successful in making it a public-private enterprise model or effort model. So that is something each one of us should reflect, introspect, and see that we hold that space strongly. And the team before me who works with me, I know each one of you. I know, I mean, personally, I've seen you grow from strength to strength over the last years. I have seen each one of you hold the opportunities come across your way, and use it to your growth, to your strength. And also, I've seen each one of you support each other also. I've seen that also from a witness, as I say, a witness position. I've seen how you hold each other, how you support each other. In fact, whenever jokes apart, when if I'm pulling one of you, especially I work with the Trivandrum team more, I see the other one saying it's okay. And step in and cover for them. It's not that I don't know, I'm noticing things, but that also is something which makes me proud, that you step in to cover for your teammate. That is also something which I take as a very positive sign, as long as the project deadlines are delivered. Otherwise, it won't be so. And another thing is networks, collaborations, working with new geographies, new communities is something which all of us strongly believe in. And I see each one of you working for that. That is a strong insight I have seen in this year. I've seen you share resources, your learnings across board. Uh, I've seen you tell those stories, and I've taken seen you take up that ownership of filtering down those learnings to your team members, uh, and also ideating, trying to create and innovate newer projects, thought patterns, and engagements. So, wishing all of us an amazing 25-26 year of fulfilling impactful projects. Let me hand over to Sanju. Yeah.
Sorry, just wanted to mention Tinu and Divya. I think Divya is here.
Yes,
Yeah.
if anyone of the guests wants to add their
No,
2 cents, we'll be happy to
I,
listen.
they both are part of the team. I just wanted to give a big shout out to Tinu and Divya for supporting Tinu, especially with the circular schools projects and taking up the work in Monad, and Divya uh, for handling all the accounts and related stuff like very rigorously. So thank you, Divya and Tinu. And
I think
maybe,
Amos is here. Amos is here. Amos?
yeah, Amos has put a message in the group. I think it should be fine. Sanju, maybe you can find out.
Right. Big thanks to one and all who have joined to listen and also to the team. It was important for us to do this. I mean, I really wish we could have done it a bit earlier, but എല്ലാത്തിനും അതിന്റെ സമയമുണ്ട് ദാസ. So I guess this was the right time. Last few months were hectic and continue to be. Personally speaking, 24-25 period was the most stressful period and the period that I lost most of my hair. There is nothing else left, just bits and pieces. I'm just combing and keeping it there. But I think the efforts that each one of us put in and uh, is is worth it. I am sure that there was a lot of impact that we were able to really create in minds of many people around us is what I would put it, because um, we were literally able to influence and expose large number of people into working and talking and thinking about resilience, adaptation. At the same time, with the extensive focus on young people to come and work in the sector, young people to come and take up the challenge of working for communities, working for a better world, working for a sustainable planet. And I am really proud to have such an amazing team out there, whom I could personally call at any time of the day and would be happy to discuss ideas, thoughts. I know, like unlike Avinash said, there are times when I would come out with ideas. Sometimes with things it's not practical, but somehow I know as a team we were able to do it together. We did mm, things that many would only have dreamt of being part of, but we did it in our own swag, which I am proud of. And I think 24-25 was a really challenging year, but at the same time, it was a defining year on what Sistera's further goal should be, and also defining on how each one of us should be taking our journey ahead in terms of the impact we can create. It also really showcased the kind of impact partnerships can make. This is a year where we made the maximum inroads into partnering with multiple organizations across India in doing the work that we do. Now, the only question next is that how do we scale some of the works and efforts that we have tried, tested, found to be successful? How can we scale them? How can we reach more people out there? India having one of the largest youth population in the world is also reeling and suffering from the issue of job losses and unemployment. How can we build a set of youngsters who are resilient, who can find jobs in the clean and sustainability sector? How can we help more governments, especially local governments and communities, build more resilience? These are questions we will try and keep on answering through the various innovative projects and programs that we will do and continue to be doing. So it's a really, once again, it was so good to hear all of you talk about the various initiatives that you were part of. Um, while I talk about the positive aspects, there are also a lot of areas where we couldn't do our best. For example, a lot of the work that we do is not out on platforms which can be showcased as models because of the fact that our social media, our writing, our blogs have not been very much as active as we want. So, also some of the work that we do to be converted into research papers and articles is an area we haven't really touched upon because most of the time we are aligned to doing work on the ground. So I think the period of 25, 26 is something where more systems will be in place that can help us ensure that some of these problems are sorted as we go ahead. As well, we'll ensure that there is more engagement at multiple levels, especially inroads into policy interventions as we go ahead. So, I think once again, a big thanks to all the team members here. Without you, nothing of this would have happened. And I really look forward to each one of you to be leading some amazing efforts going ahead this year. So once again, and thanks to all those who have joined to listen also. I know it's been an hour and a half, but that is not enough. I mean, if given a chance, this year especially, Ashna and Gokul have been on the field. They every cleanup drive is a different story. The people that you meet, the waste that you find, even to speak about that, the whole day wouldn't be enough. The same way, the story of every climate leader where we work with is different. To speak about that would take hours, I would say. Like the kind of interventions, the kind of stories that they have, the kind of aspirations they have. I know how Saparna Roshni has been talking to. Similarly, I know how in the Genry project, Agnes and Sharath has been making some amazing inroads, even though the project is in the cusp of being scaled and it is going through its challenges. But the kind of efforts, the kind of innovation we tried, the kind of experiments is wow. The same way, I also know how the India Evolve Challenge, Innovation Challenge, has been something defining, something very unique, and for the first time that has happened in terms of bringing solutions to solving some of the larger challenges a country like India is facing. So there is so much more. So looking forward to working with larger impact and larger aspirations. And thank you all for joining. Yeah, I'll let Deepa end up the call then.
No, no, I didn't want to end. It was since women leadership program is something which we were all part of, and none of us took and spoke about it, especially. But that is something amazing that we did this year. I believe we do a lot of climate leadership programs with youth. We work with we majorly work in groups where they have direct access to social media or access to knowledge spaces. But this year, through a climate leader of ours called Ajit, who works in the Karangulam, right, Amos? Panchayat, he invited us to have a women leadership program with a set of amazing 30 to 40 women from the coastal waters of Poriyur village. So most of the team, we were part of that 3-day exercise where we let the women lead the show. They did their own SWOT, they did their own stakeholder engagement, they did their own data survey of climate vulnerability. And we learned a lot engagement. And that is one thing which will be definitely part of our pathway, curating women leadership programs in the years ahead. I wanted to mention that because that we didn't, none of us spoke about it. I just touched upon it. That was something where believe the team learned a lot. Because usually we curate and do programs, but there, even though we had a curated set of processes, we also got to learn a lot from them about resilience, about smiling in the face of challenges, and how to tell the story strongly and not feeling victimized. That was a strong learning, which the team took away, I believe. Yes.
Yeah, so thank you all once again. A big thanks to all of you, and we're looking forward. And by next year, I know Amos just joined, so he will have a lot more not just lot more, a whole year of stories to talk next year. So with a larger team and more impact, we'll be back again for this review meeting, which of course internally we want to continue, but other than that, we would like to do the same openly every year. Yeah, Roshni?
Um, If we are going to conclude, I think നമുക്ക് screenshot എടുക്കാം എല്ലാരും.
Yeah, sure. Yes, we can take a screenshot.
Also, that this will be available on YouTube, and if someone wants to go back and watch it for the team and for the others who join.
Yeah, Roshni, do you want to take? We'll all smile. All right. Thank you
Done?
all, and good night.
All right.